Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to English class here on Jay's Learning School. This is the private stream. So we're going to have a great time on this evening. Our topic for this evening is safety. So we're going to be talking about some safety issues in English, as well as vocabulary words and things that will help you. Now, if you are not a part of the private stream, you can be. All you need to do is go to the website, Jay's Learning School. There you can join my email community. And every time I get ready to do a private English class, you can be invited. I will send you the private link and you can be a part of the class, which will last about 20 to 30 minutes. I'll do it once a week. As of now, we'll do it on Thursdays. And 7:15 is a good time for my schedule. And as we grow, if I need to change the date or if any schedule changes need to happen that week, I can let you know with the email that you provide. Make sure that you go down and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we get ready to have English class. And make sure you hit that like button. I know that you'll learn something and that will definitely help the channel out. So what we'll do is any comments or questions that you may have for today's lesson, make sure that you go ahead and leave those comments in the chat or down in the comment section, and I will address those at the appropriate time during the lesson. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about safety. Safety is very important, whether you are a parent, an adult, or a young adult. Safety is just a part of having well-being in life. So let's look at some things on today. Be sure to also join me on Instagram. I'm looking for my first subscriber, my first follower on Instagram. I just started this week and been getting a lot of likes, but looking for my first follower. You can find all of that down in the description. So when it comes to safety, one thing that is very familiar to many people is the stop sign. Stop sign is very familiar to a number of people throughout the world. When it comes to a stop sign, you may need to communicate to someone and you might say the stop sign is at the end of the street. Or when you get to the stop sign, turn left and my house will be on the right. Or if you're going pretty fast, you have to be careful because stop signs can be in a number of obscure places. So you may say the stop sign was at the bottom of the hill. Okay. Or some people drive pretty fast and they go through a stop sign, which can be hazardous. And so the person ran, you might say the person ran the stop sign and caused an accident. Okay. Or a person may get a ticket for running a stop sign by a policeman. The policeman gave me a ticket because I did not fully stop. Here in this country, if you don't make a full stop, you can get a ticket. They often call it a California roll, where you just kind of pause, but your tires keep moving. And so if a police officer sees that, they can actually give you a ticket. Security guard. A security guard is a person that observes as well as has a routine where they are providing security for a business, a store, or for a person. A security guard. Some security guards are armed with weapons. Some just have flashlights. You have mall security guards, bank security guards. There are various types, but a security guard can be described or said in a sentence. You may say the security guard works late, or that security guard is a retired policeman. Or oftentimes a security guard will secure a parking lot. And so you may say the security guard is at the gate. Safety glasses. Safety glasses are a piece of equipment that you have to use in order to protect your eyes. Okay, they come in various sizes and various shapes, but these are equipment that is necessary in order to protect your eyes. These glasses that I have on, of course, are reading glasses. They can deflect different particles, but safety glasses or safety goggles protect more of your eyes, maybe up to your eyebrows and so forth. Okay. So safety goggles on some jobs are mandatory. So a supervisor may tell you wearing safety glasses is required, or sometimes safety glasses are uncomfortable. And so you may say, I do not like to wear these safety glasses. Okay. These safety glasses are irritating, but they are important. Okay. So safety glasses. And you have people that wear safety glasses or goggles when they ride certain vehicles, whether it's something for work or recreation. Safety glasses. Then you have a safety vest. Safety vest can help someone else see you when it is dark. Or like this safety vest you see here, it has reflective tape on it. So if a person is in a car and you're near the road, the lights from your car will reflect off the safety vest so you don't hit the person. Oftentimes you see people in construction, they work on the highways and they will have on a yellow or green safety vest so you can see them. So to use that in a sentence, you may say the safety vest helps drivers see you, or the safety vest is worn by staff members, or the policeman had on a safety vest when he was at the scene of a car wreck. Safety vest. Safety gloves. Okay, safety gloves are usually made of rubber or some type of latex, and they protect your hands. You may work with chemicals that will cause irritation, or you may work with chemicals that can dissolve the skin. And so you would need safety gloves on. Or you have some people that work in a freezer at a restaurant and they wear safety gloves to keep their hands from getting frostbite. So, safety gloves. Road closed or a road closure, or in this sense, a road closed sign. Okay. So, whenever there's a road closed sign on the street or on the highway, you'll have to take a detour. A detour is another route. You will have to go another way. Okay. So you may say in a sentence, we took a detour because the road was closed and we saw the sign. Or they closed the road because of the flood. Storms come through, trees fall, power lines fall. And when things of that nature happen, what will happen is they will close the road or put up a sign that says road closed, and you cannot drive that way. Okay. In the movies, it's so funny how they drive through road closure signs and there's no damage to their cars. But these signs are actually pretty heavy and they have reflective paint on them so you can see them, so you don't cause harm to your vehicle. Seat belt. A seat belt. Of course, a seat belt is a latch or a piece of material found in all vehicles that protect the driver or the passenger if they happen to be in an accident or stop unexpectedly. So you may say the seat belt kept me from hitting my head on the steering wheel, or the seat belt was jammed and I needed to cut it. Okay. So some people don't like to wear a seat belt. Some people will put the seatbelt on properly and then stick their arm through because they don't like to have the seatbelt across their chest. Or you have some people that they get uncomfortable. They don't like to have anything close to their neck, and so they do not like to wear the seatbelt. But in this country, you can get fined for not wearing a seatbelt. Okay, a seatbelt fine, at least in my area, is about $12 to $15. Motorcycles, of course, don't have seat belts, but vehicles, trucks, they have seat belts. So children are mandated to have seat belts on this country. They have to wear seat belts in the back seat. They can't sit in the front seat until they reach a certain age. Actually, infants and children have to sit in what's called a safety car seat. Okay. And so it protects them somewhat like what a seat belt would do for an adult. A seat belt. Work boots. Work boots. These are protective footwear to keep your feet safe. So work boots, some come up past your ankles, some go up to your calves. Some actually have steel in them, and they're called steel toe work boots. So to use this in a sentence, you may say, take the work boots off before you come in the house. Oftentimes work boots will have dirt on the bottom of them because you've been out working in dirt, in the woods, in cement, in the rain. And they do a good job, depending on the type that you have, of protecting your feet, but they can track a lot of dirt and grime in your car and in your house. And so some people take their work boots off before they get in the car. Some people take them off and leave them on the porch of their home. But work boots protect your feet. I have dropped things on my feet, and because I had work boots on, I did not crush my toes. So work boots are great equipment to wear when you are doing heavy lifting and things of that nature. Okay, work boots can be waterproof. Waterproof means no water can get in them. It's made out of material that repels water. Work boots come in different colors. And some people wear work boots just for style, but work boots are great for safety. A helmet. A helmet. Helmets can be worn for work as well as recreation, but in both cases, they protect the skull. They protect your brain. They protect you from debris that may fall. If you ride a motorcycle, in most states here in the United States, helmets are mandatory. So helmets are uncomfortable at times, but they protect your head from damage or from injury. A helmet. This helmet in the picture is white, but helmets come in various colors: green, blue, orange, and they often have reflective material on them so they can be seen from a distance. A helmet. A hazard cone, also called a traffic cone. If you have ever been in a vehicle on a highway, on a county road, you have probably seen a hazard cone or a traffic cone. Traffic cones help direct traffic, or they help provide a boundary to danger zones. So if there is a hole or a pothole in the road, usually a hazard cone is placed there so cars can go around them. And if you notice, this hazard cone or traffic cone has a reflective tape on it so it can be seen. Unfortunately, sometimes we run over hazard cones. Yeah, we run over them. Sometimes they are pushed out into the highway and they just get trampled on. Some people actually take hazard cones home and use them for decoration in their house. So a hazard cone, okay? When you're taking a driver's test here in this country, you have to avoid hitting the hazard cone, okay? So when you're driving or a passenger, or as a passenger with someone, you may say, avoid hitting the hazard cone. Let's look at another example. Flammable. Flammable. This is a safety label to let you know that something can catch on fire. something is hazardous. Okay. So there are certain liquids that are flammable. Fuel is flammable. Okay. You don't want to accidentally light a match around something that is flammable. You don't want to smoke a cigarette around something that is flammable. Okay. You don't want to get flammable chemicals in your eyes because it can possibly cause harm. Flammable is a word as well as the symbol that you will see that you need to be familiar with. Life jacket. Life jacket helps a person not to sink in the water. Okay. A life jacket helps a person to float. Whether a person can swim or not, a life jacket is a great safety tool. Okay. If you go fishing, you need to wear a life jacket. If you go out in the water on motorsports, like a, what do they call it? A sea-doo. Okay. It's like a motorcycle on water. You need to wear a life jacket. Life jackets are available on cruise ships. When you fly on an airplane, life jackets are placed in the airplane. So if the airplane crashes in the water, you have a safety mechanism, a life jacket. Many life jackets have lights on them. So if you're in the water and a helicopter or a plane is above searching for you, the light flashes so you can be seen in the water. Life jackets are found at swimming pools. Life jackets can help you learn how to swim, especially if you're afraid of the water. Life jackets are great to have around your neck. Now, this is the universal sign for a hospital. It's a H in a blue square. So when you see this sign, it lets you know that there is a hospital nearby. Of course, a hospital provides health care to people that are sick or have been injured. So a hospital, and this is a hospital sign, and I believe this is universal throughout the world. A hospital sign. Hospital signs are usually located on the highway or on the street within, I believe, 5 to 10 miles of a hospital. A handicap sign. A handicap sign. This lets people know that if you are not able to walk on your own, you can park here. Handicap signs are usually found at the front of buildings to provide ease of access to people that may not can get around like a person that can walk on their own. This country, you get fined big money if you are not handicapped and you park in a handicapped parking space. And so handicap signs are there to provide ease of access to people that may be disabled. A handicap sign. They're at restaurants. They're at industrial parks or where office buildings are. They're at recreational dog parks. Handicap signs are everywhere. They're on bathrooms. Handicap signs, you will see them when you go to different places for bathrooms, different stalls like in the men or women's restroom, to let you know that if you're in a wheelchair, you can access or have accessibility to this particular bathroom, a handicap sign. First aid kit. First aid kit provides different bandages and things that you may need in an emergency to take care of a cut or a wound. They have different things in the handicap, or shall I say, the first aid kit, like alcohol, band-aids, and other type ointments. If you're somewhere and there's an injury, you can provide care to that particular injury and then seek other medical assistance. Handicap or first aid kits are often found at gyms. They're found at basketball courts. Paramedics have them. Some people keep first aid kits in their car. Okay. And so you may go somewhere and ask, where can I buy a first aid kit? You can buy them online. We have a store called Walmart here in this country. You can buy first aid kits at Walmart as well as other places. First aid kits are something that children need to know where they are. So if the parent is not home, the child knows how to deal with a wound before the parent arrives. A first aid kit. Protective earmuffs. These provide safety to your ears. If you're working in a building that has loud noises, you don't want your ears to hurt, you will wear protective earmuffs. I've seen a lot of people start to wear protective earmuffs to football games. They put protective earmuffs on babies to protect their ears. Okay. Wouldn't it be nice if you could wear protective earmuffs to bed when your spouse is snoring? So protective earmuffs are great to conceal noise from your ears and keep your eardrums from being damaged. Protective earmuffs. Emergency flare. So flares actually provide a burst of light, almost like a flame of fire, so you can be seen. People place emergency flares around car wreck scenes. If someone is lost, they would light an emergency flare so someone from above or far away could see them. Okay, if you go camping, you need flares. Okay, you need to make sure you have flares in your vehicle. Okay, so emergency flares are a great way to help someone find you if you are lost or injured. Hey, let me take a moment just to say, please take a second to like and subscribe this video and make sure you turn on the notification bell. And if you so happen are not on the community email list, make sure you go to the website, Jay's Learning School, and join my email list so you can receive notifications by email the next time we have class session. Okay. A one-way sign. A one-way sign lets you know that traffic is only going in one particular direction. Usually one-way signs are found in metropolitan areas, downtown city areas, but they can be found anywhere the traffic is going in one way. A one-way sign. I have made the mistake of going the opposite way, but a one-way sign will let you know, look, traffic is only going north on this street. So you need to continue to go straight before you can go south. A one-way sign. Okay, so you may say in a sentence, don't go this way. It's one way. Okay, don't turn right. It's a one-way street. All right. Guardrail. A guardrail. A guardrail keeps a vehicle or a person inside of the travel lanes of the highway. If you go on the other side of a guardrail, the outside of a guardrail, it's danger. You don't want to go on the outside of a guardrail. Guardrails help keep vehicles from falling off of cliffs, help motorcycles, pedestrians from falling off of a mountain. So guardrails separate highways. If the highway is going in two directions, a guardrail can be in the middle to help keep the traffic separate. A guardrail. Railroad crossing. A railroad crossing is where railroad or trains cross the road. And so there's usually a gate to keep you from being run over by the train. Oh, we had in this country, at one particular time, there were a lot of deaths with people trying to outrun the train as it crossed the highway. And so the railroad gate was invented to help prevent accidents, to help prevent people from being run over by the train. So you'll see the lights flashing, letting you know that a train is coming or they're working on the train, or you may want to just turn around and go a different route. And usually railroad crossings last when the train is coming just for a few minutes, and then you can go back the route that you were taking. Security cameras. Security cameras record action that's taking place in a particular place. So security cameras are popping up everywhere. And so when you go to the airport, there are security cameras. The ATM to get money, there are security cameras. When you're driving at an intersection, there are security cameras. They're everywhere. And I've been hearing that they're going to just increase. Some security cameras can recognize who we are just by our face. So security cameras help provide security. If a crime happens, they can go back and see who the perpetrator was. We're winding this up. Crossing guard. A crossing guard protects pedestrians as they cross the street. Usually you'll see a crossing guard at a school helping children to cross the highway. So a crossing guard keeps pedestrians safe. Don't hit the crossing guard. Okay, respect the crossing guard. She's helping children. A slippery road sign or a slippery road. You may need to tell a driver, slow down. The roads have ice on them and they are slippery. Okay, slippery roads signs help us not to drive, or they warn us not to drive so fast so we don't have an accident. Okay, a slippery road. And usually roads that have ice on them will become more slippery first over bridges because the air gets under there and it causes the ice to form. So a slippery road. I am so thankful I stay in a region of the United States where we don't have many slippery roads. But if you go north like New York, Pennsylvania, Maine, Wisconsin, North Dakota, these states have slippery roads all the time. It's normal. Slippery roads are not normal in Georgia. Now, this is a sign that you will see many places. No weapons allowed. This sign will let you know that you cannot conceal a gun. You cannot carry a knife in this particular area. No weapons are allowed. So when you see this particular sign, if you have a weapon and you're caught with it, you can be arrested. No weapons allowed signs are usually at airports, public places like stadiums, government buildings. You will see no weapons allowed. And there are some businesses that don't want weapons there. And so they will have these signs that say no weapons allowed. Well, that's going to do it for today's lesson. If there are any comments or questions at this time, I'm going to entertain those. I want to invite you to follow me on my social media accounts. The links will be down in the description. Make sure that you subscribe here to the channel on YouTube. And also I have a podcast where you can listen to many of the recorded videos. You can listen to the audio while you're in your vehicle or right from your phone. Certainly want to say thank you so much for watching today's episode. Make sure you join me next week right here on Jay's Learning Channel. Join me then. Talk to you soon.